Bobcat fans, Al Weston here, and it's time for another Bobcat Coaches Corner. We're going to talk some soccer with Hope Clark. Thanks again for being with us, Hope.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Since we talked to you last, I think just one contest. It was that North Georgia game over the weekend, and yet again, the theme for the year has been just about there within a goal, and unfortunately coming out with a loss 3-2 over the weekend. Tell us a little bit about the team's effort for Saturday.
I thought, they caught us on an early goal very early and kind of put us on our heels, and then to go even 2-0 down. So I was really proud of the girls from a character standpoint that we actually fought back and tied that game up to make it 2-2, and some great soccer there in the second half. And I think the girls, again, just showed a lot of heart and passion, and more importantly, belief in themselves that they can get the job done.
Now, is it a combination of the heart and passion and also just the youth and not knowing any better that they should be depressed that they're down 2 goals that early to the top team in the conference?
Yeah, I don't know really, what that is, but that was a success for us because we learned how to fight back. We've been only one other game, where we've really been down 2 goals, and we didn't show that fight to come back and tie it. So I think it's progress and showing a bit of maturity on the girls to know that they can come back, and I think every game they can come and compete for.
And then let's break down the 2 goals a little bit more. The first one was just such a beautiful setup in my mind. And again, Brittany Boer, I believe, came across the midfield area, dropped it off to Griffin in the middle, and just a one nice, beautiful touch. You see the skill set that a player like Aaron Griffin has on a play like that to set up Ashley Valou for that goal, don't you?
Right. Yeah. I mean, once again, it was on a counter. And Britt found Aaron Griffin, who just kind of posted up and laid the ball off for Ashley Valou, who cut inside between the center back and outside back, and nice dribble penetrate, and was able just to slot the goal home. So again, you can see her finesse, Ashley Valou, and her composure in front of the frame, and then Erin Griffin, what she does bring to the table along with Britt Boer.
Yeah, everybody catching everybody just in stride.
Absolutely.
Passes to feet and that sort of thing that is so key for you guys. And then the second one was a great story, actually, more than anything else, as Taylor Yee bangs one in from about 40, 45 yards out off a leg with no ACL to it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was really nice to have her back. I mean, I give her a lot of props for playing. I mean, she's playing in pain, but you would know it looking at her, and she's playing great, and she's physically strong. Our trainer, Eva Boyer, is doing a fantastic job to keep her in there, and that just shows a lot of sheer passion and drive. She wasn't willing to give up on the season, and certainly as a coach, I wasn't willing to give up on her. So if she's available, I'm going to use her, and sure enough, she played a fantastic game and got the second, the equalizer for us at the time.
Yeah, and just a good story too. I mean, just a sophomore and the stick-to-itiveness to try and not look forward to next year. Absolutely. To try and get something done in the current frame. Yeah. And so that takes us into this week. Got another tough slot of 2 games this week. First, let's start with Armstrong tomorrow night. That'll be Wednesday night at 7 p.m. out at Bobcat Field. Again, Armstrong, a nationally ranked program. I believe they're still undefeated in conference play, so tops in the league as far as that goes. What type of play can we see from a Pirate squad when they come in? How much tape have you seen so far, Coach?
I've seen a couple of games on the season, but again, I think everybody is varying from players to players. I know they've got some injuries as well, and I think all of us being deeper rosters, you never really know who's going to come to play, who's going to start, and I think lineups are getting thrown around, so that's a positive thing for all the programs, in the Peach Belt doing that. But I definitely think it's going to be a very athletic game. I know Armstrong has a lot of athleticism, speed, some very good size, and some great players, certainly in the attack. So it's going to be another battle that we are going to have to, try to handle. And certainly our goal right now is, giving up 3 goals in North Georgia was one of our biggest, goal deficits given up in a game. So we're trying to minimize the amount of goals that were scored on us by these top teams, and then see if we can try to get enough going ourselves on the offensive end. We're going to get opportunities, and the key is just to finish those opportunities against Armstrong.
Yeah, if the other team doesn't score, they can't win.
Absolutely.
Right? Simple plan, but the execution sometimes is the main issue. Yeah. Now, the Pirates, of course, have been one of those teams, NCAA tournament appearances over the last couple of years, but we've always played them awful tough.
Absolutely.
For some reason, it's just a matchup thing, or particularly at Bobcat Field where we always give them a tough go, and hopefully we'll do that on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Let's add one more aspect to it, too. We got the Think Pink heading on Wednesday night. And tell us a little bit about the team's efforts for breast cancer awareness and what you have planned that evening.
Okay. Actually, it is, like you said, our Think Pink night. We actually wear pink jerseys. We've added a couple new elements with some pink socks. We're lining the field in pink.
Nice.
So we're pretty excited to see how that kind of comes out. Each year we're going to keep adding things. But we are doing a silent auction for the jerseys that are kind of some of the parents have already claimed, some of them are the players, but the ones that we still have available will be silent auctioned off throughout the game. So I think you guys go on the website and you can text your bids. And then all the money and the proceeds that we raise from that silent auction, there'll also be a signed soccer ball there by the team. All that will go to Susan G. Coleman in the name of Miss Patty Weimer, who is our athletic administration assistant.
And of course, she's battling stage 1 breast cancer at this point, is Ms. Weimer, and we wish her all the best as she's continuing to get toward the latter stages of finishing off with her treatments. Along with that, just want to direct everybody to gcbobcats.com/thinkpink. That's going to be the site that has all the auction information available there, and you can text those bids in. The number is available there, as well as just walk up to the concession stand there during the game and place your bids for those elements there. We'll have T-shirts on sale and also be passing a cup just for general donations as well. So we're looking to try and increase that. I think last year we made about $650 on the event, and we hope to get that and much more hopefully this year for a great cause. Looking into the weekend, I know you don't like to look 2 games ahead. You're very centered and focused on what's directly ahead of you. But we do have Rollins coming in on Sunday at noon. Soccer day in Milledgeville, as we're going to have the club team come out and play directly after us, the men's club team here at Georgia College. And we're also going to invite some youth soccer element to come out and just kind of make a nice soccer day of it on Sunday. And I won't ask you too much about the team because I know you aren't focused on that, but a nationally ranked squad, and that'll be at noon on Sunday. This will we're winding down here, Coach. We're running out of opportunities to keep jockeying for that position. Right now, we're tied for 7th in the Peach Belt Conference, and you got to get in the top 8 to get into that postseason tournament. How do you think the matchups face out here over the last couple of weeks to make sure we get one of those spots?
Sure. I think we've got 3 final conference matches left. We've got Armstrong, USC Aiken, and then Flagler. We've got to take a minimum of 2 of those games to try to solidify a spot within the conference tournament. One of those, we're tied with Flagler right now, head to head. So we've all got a couple more games on the to say the record in the season, and certainly we want to come out with a nice result against Armstrong. I have complete faith that we will be in that postseason tournament, and I think giving our ladies another free run, every team is 0-0 at that time, and a brand new season for us to really come on strong. I think you got to keep believing. You got to have the faith that good things will happen for us, and the ladies deserve it, and sure enough, they're working hard enough, and I think we just got to come out with the wins, and we know that it's a must-win. And that puts a little bit, not to say pressure, but a little bit more on those games to say, you know what, ladies, we've got to get this done, solidify yourself, a spot in that tournament, and you get a whole nother go.
And a good thing about it too is that the teams that are more solid in their positioning in this tournament, you've played all of them so tough.
Yeah.
There are all these games that we're talking about that are a 1-goal difference, or maybe even we had a lead at some point. So there's got to be a little bit of confidence, I think, for the squad, depending upon what the matchup is. We know we can play against those guys because we've already done it and done it pretty well.
Absolutely.
Just a little tweak here or there, and you get yourself a W.
Sure, and I think the important thing is we have had an extremely tough schedule, and I wouldn't change it, to be honest with you, playing all these nationally ranked opponents, and we're going toe-to-toe with them. We're staying in those games, and I think it says a lot about our future. Me as a coach, I see the big picture. I see progress. I see where we're going to be in the next year, 2 years, and I see what all these girls bring into the table. But I still think that this season is within our grabs, and I think a lot of us, as far as our goal was to win the tournament, and so I think we get a chance, and you can always make a run. There's teams that do that all the time, and like I said, we're right in those games. So I think any game is really for the taking, and again, it's just learning how to keep the lead. How do you bounce back? It's all about game management, and that takes time when you're talking about youth and the lack of experience at this level. They haven't been tested, and they don't know how to manage a game, and that's part of my job is to teach them how do you manage a game. When you have the lead or when you're from behind and stuff. But they're responding well. They're very knowledgeable young women, and they're ready to take it by storm as well.
Well, the Storm this week comes to Bobcat Field twice. We've got Wednesday, again 7 p.m. for the Think Pink contest against Armstrong, and then Sunday again against Rollins at noon. So head on out there to Bobcat Field if you can't make it. Ustream.tv/GC Bobcats for the broadcast. For Hope Clark, Al Weston for the Bobcat Coach's Corner.